Mrs. Anderson. Mrs. John Anderson.
And how old's the baby?
Well, Elizabeth's almost 1, but please, couldn't you have a look at her now? I'm real worried.
Now, Mrs. Anderson, you won't do you or the baby any good by getting all upset. Let's have a look at her, and then we'll take down the details afterwards, eh?
Oh, yeah, thanks, Doctor.
Well, over here, please. Thank you.
Here's a good girl. You sit there, Elizabeth. Good girl.
Oh, well, they haven't been starving you, have they, Elizabeth?
It's a good girl. Yeah.
How long's she been like this?
About a day, I suppose.
I don't want to worry you, Mrs. Anderson, but I'm going to make an immediate appointment with a specialist for you down at the Wentworth Hospital.
But I can't afford a specialist. Couldn't you just give me a prescription? I can look after her.
Mrs. Anderson, you must take her to the hospital right away. She's a lot of fluid on her lungs, and it might be serious.
Yes, Doctor. I'll get her there as soon as I can. Come on, Elizabeth.
Yes, Smith, what's the trouble?
Could I speak to you alone, Mrs. Davidson?
Thank you, Miss Watson. Now, what is it?
The girls and I are a bit worried about Chrissy's baby.
Yes, I know.
Look, don't get me wrong, but, well, after hearing that detective bloke on telly, well, I'm a bit worried about Doreen. She has just lost the baby and everything.
Yes, the same thing crossed my mind, but there's no need to worry. I checked with the hospital, and apparently the police questioned her and are quite satisfied she had nothing to do with it.
Oh, thank God for that. I'd be terrible if she got in trouble now with having a good job and everything.
Well, according to the hospital, she won't have that good job for much longer if she continues to take sick leave without permission.
Do you think you could go and see her, Mrs. Davidson, and talk to her, tell her how silly she's being? Well, I know it's not your job, but, well, I haven't got a social worker we can ask.
Well, as a matter of fact, that's exactly what I plan to do.
Thanks, Mrs. Davidson. It's funny how we see eye to eye every now and then, isn't it?
Oh, congratulations. I hear you're engaged.
Well, it's not quite like that, but how did you hear it anyway?
I was on duty when Bob Morris came to visit Tracy.
I see. And did he say we were engaged?
Well, no, not exactly, but he did ask her how she'd like to have you in the family. She didn't seem very keen on the idea. They had quite a scene.
Well, he shouldn't have said anything because it's not definite.
Well, he had to say something to cheer her up. She just had this screaming match with some of the women, something about being lesbian or something. She's only got herself to blame.
I don't believe it. He broke the news to her, knowing she had that on her mind?
Oh, come off it, Meg. Now, if she's going to play girly games with Bryant, she's got to expect it to get out.
I see. So you've labelled her a lesbian too?
I'm not the only one.
No. Unfortunately, you're not. Well, I just found her in a cell, trying to slash her wrists with a piece of broken mirror. Bob knew how upset she was, of all the time to tell her about me. I'm beginning to believe all men are stupid.
Hello?
Oh, Bob, it's Meg here. Now, look, I don't want you to panic, because everything's all right. But Tracy's just tried to slash her wrists.
Oh, my God.
Look, she's all right. I managed to get there in time to stop her.
I'll be straight over.
No, Bob. I think you do more harm than good.
But I'm a father, Meg.
Yes, I know you are. But I think it's because of your visit that this has happened.
You mean because I told her about us? Well, I knew she was upset, but I didn't think it would lead to anything like this.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Bob. You didn't think at all. You knew how upset she was about all the rumours going around. You knew how much she needs you.
I thought she'd be pleased at the thought of being part of a whole family.
The only thing she needs right now is you. And she doesn't want to share you, not with anyone. Look, there's nothing to tell her yet. You know that. I only said I'd think about it.
I know, Meg, but you can't blame me for...
Look, I don't know how you can even ask me to think about it, knowing the way Tracy feels.
Even my father didn't really stick up for me. He probably thinks that I'm a lesbian, too. And that Jackie Nolan, she's so vicious. She hated me and she didn't even know me.
Oh, Tracy. I hate seeing you get hurt because of me. I care about you. I think you know that.
I care about you, too.
Well, that's not what I mean. I mean, I love you. I'm sorry, honey. I always knew that you could never feel the same way about me. I always knew that. Well, that didn't matter. Your friendship was enough. Your friendship is enough, and I hope that we'll always be friends.
You're the only friend I've got.
You can get lots more friends if you want to, but I'll always be there.
You all right now, Morris?
She's fine, Mr. Fletcher. She'll be a lot better, though, when these rumors about us stop. I think that, it would be good if we weren't seen together so much. So I'd like to ask to be transferred to another cell. Now, that's best, and you know it.
I think Judy's right, Tracy.
You see, Mr. Fletcher, we weren't lovers. We were just friends. And there's a difference, huh?
Excuse me, are you looking for Doreen Burns? I'm her neighbour.
Yes, I was, actually. Would you know where she is?
Well, I should imagine she's probably gone to the country with the baby.
What baby?
Oh, it's a sister's child. She's having a bit of trouble, and Doreen's looking after the baby for a few days while she gets things sorted out. She said she was taking her to the country.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing, really. I just didn't know she had a sister.
Oh, neither did I, actually. Well, she said it's her stepsister.
Well, she must have had her hands full looking after the child.
Oh, I don't think so. Anyway, I offered to look after Elizabeth if she needed any help.
Would you mind if I used your phone? I'm afraid it's rather urgent.
Yes, of course.
Yes, may I help you?
Yes, Sister Brooks, please.
Hey, you're the policeman. The one on telly last night. Is it about the kidnapping? Well, have you found anything?
No, we're still working on it. I'd just like to ask Sister Brooks a few more questions.
Oh, yes, I'll tell her you're here.
Oh, please get the doctor quick. There's something wrong. She's breathing funny.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.